Welcome to the Ville, Yankeeville. Welcome everyone back to the channel. If you're returning, if you're new to the channel, hope you like the video. At the end, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Let's get into the video. The Yankees are finally on fire, man. That's not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, 7 in a row. It's big time. Obviously, the Yankees, we went on a 5-game skid, so it's really good to see the Yankees on a 7-game winning streak. Definitely going to see how long this streak is going to last for. The Yankees right now are sitting at 17-9, and the team looks really good. Really good. You know, coming off of the weekend, the Yankees swept the Red Sox 3-0. Obviously, sweeping the Red Sox is always going to be an accomplishment, and the Yankees, they held down the Red Sox. I mean, there's not much more you can really say. The Yankees only gave up, I believe, 3 runs through 3 games. If you do that, you're going to beat anyone in the MLB. So the Yankees, pitching wise, hitting wise, they were able to get it done, and 7 games in a row is no small feat. But as far as yesterday, the Yankees beat the Astros 12-4. Very big. Another rival that's given us a lot of trouble. Granted, the Red Sox and the Astros, they've seen better days to this point. They're both pretty bad teams, at least to start the season. We have definitely seen the Red Sox and the Astros, you know, turn it on towards the middle of the season and the end of the season. So they're definitely not down and out. It's very early in the season. We're not even 30 games in, but both teams are pretty bad so far. Now, the next thing, Ben Rice is legit. He's legit. We're almost 30 games into the season, and the man is still hitting. He has a .316 average, 9 home runs, 20 RBIs, 1197 OPS, and he's top 5 in OPS and home runs. That's a very big deal. Ben Rice has sustained the production so far. Granted, like I said, it's only 30 games in. It is a very long season, but we're nearing the 1/5 mark of the season. So Ben Rice has been elite. He's been arguably our second best hitter. Obviously, we still see Aaron Judge. You know, Judge is not hitting for much average, but the man is still hitting power. He's still driving runs in. He's still, you know, hitting his left field bombs, center field bombs, right field bombs. But Ben Rice has been right there. Ben Rice has been one of the best hitters in the league, undoubtedly. There's not much you can really say when the man has almost 1,200 OPS. And he's towards the top of the league with Yordan Alvarez. That doesn't just happen by accident. The man is absolutely mashing. So hopefully Ben Rice does keep it up, but he's a big reason as to why this Yankees team has made the turnaround and we've had the 7-game winning streak. Granted, there has been some games where Ben Rice has had, you know, a golden sombrero with 4 strikeouts, but Ben Rice has overall been very consistent throughout the season. Now, the next thing that's been very consistent, the starting pitching. The pitching has been dominant. Like I said, they only allow 3 runs through 3 games against the Red Sox. If your starting pitching goes deep into games, 6, 7, 8 innings, it is a signal of success. Your starting pitchers, that means they're working through the game very efficiently. They're getting guys out 2, 3, 4 pitches. They're not having those at-bats where they're going 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pitches and it results in a hit or a walk or a hit by pitch or any of those other outcomes. So the Yankees pitchers been working through counts, getting guys out, whether it's ground balls, flyouts, strikeouts. They're working very efficiently, and it definitely shows when you have your starting pitcher going into the 7th and 8th inning. Nowadays in 2026, it's very rare to see a starting pitcher go so far. Obviously, we're in the era where these guys are pumping gas. The starting pitchers, you know, most of the time they're going in the 5th inning and 6th inning, and then that's about it. You don't see many complete games anymore, but throughout the season, we've seen Max Fried go deep in games. We've seen Ryan Weathers go deep in games. We've seen Cam Schlittler go deep in games. So it's definitely a testament of how these guys are really pitching so far, and they've been one of the best pitching staffs in the league. Now, when it comes to the pitching, Cam Schlittler, he's continuing to be a menace, specifically against the Red Sox. Cam Schlittler, he continues to be a menace against the Red Sox. and his 2 starts, including the playoff start he had last year and the start obviously he had just the other day. 16 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts, a walk, only 1 earned run, and he has a .56 ERA. The man is a gamer. Obviously, we've seen him pitch against the Red Sox in the playoffs. That was a magnificent start from a guy that's a rookie. And then he did it again the other day. He came out and he pitched into the 7th, 8th inning. Cam Schlittler, he shows up. He just really shows up. He wants to pitch in those big games. He pitches from the emotional side, which is a good thing. He just really wants to take the ball and he wants to strike everybody out. He wants to get you out. He takes it personally. I think I really like his approach to the game, and then I really like how he took whatever noise he's been hearing, because he is from Massachusetts, and obviously that is Red Sox country. So everything that he's heard about, growing up in Massachusetts and now you're a Yankee now, he's translated that into his games against the Red Sox. And all pitching performances and hitting performances will always mean a lot more against the Red Sox. That's our #1 contender, our #1 rival of all time. So the kid has been pitching. So that's to be celebrated. The man has shut down the Red Sox, and I'm sure the Red Sox don't want to see Cam Schlittler in the regular season or the playoffs. So the man has been elite. And then also, are the Astros done for at this point? I mean, it's been pretty much like 2 years at this point with the Astros, actually a little more than that, with the Astros kind of suffering as far as just the overall offensive production, pitching wise. This Astros team is nowhere near the last Astros World Series team. Obviously, there's no Kyle Tucker. They lost their best starting pitcher during the offseason. Carlos Correa is back. Altuve looks kind of like a shell of himself, and obviously they have a lot of injuries on the team. So obviously this Astros team is not what it was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It looks a lot different, and they've been suffering. They really have been suffering. When you look at the schedule, at least for the Houston Astros, it's pretty ugly. Obviously, we won the last game 12-4, but when you look at the schedule, I believe they won a 3, 6, 8 game losing streak in the middle with the Athletics, Rockies, and the Seattle Mariners. That's something you wouldn't really see from the Astros, the prime Astros. Obviously, like I said, the team dynamic has changed a lot. And then also they went on another 4-game losing streak, a little ahead of the series that we had with them with the St. Louis Cardinals and the Rockies again. So it's not pretty for the Astros at this point. This Astros team looks pretty weak. One of the weakest Astros teams that I've seen. But who knows? The Astros can turn it around, and these guys know how to win. But right now they're pretty down and out. Now, when you look at their hitting, as far as just the leaders and just kind of who's producing, obviously Yordan Alvarez is at the top. The man is having an amazing season so far. 357 average, a 1247 OPS, and he already has almost a 2 WAR. The man is mashing. Christian Walker, he's had a pretty good season so far too. Obviously his last season wasn't as great. He's hitting 274 with the 869 OPS, and he has 5 home runs and 18 RBIs. Also, Yordan Alvarez, I forgot to add that he has 11 home runs and 26 RBIs. No big deal. The man is mashing. And then as far as Carlos Correa, returning Astro, he's hitting 275, 729 OPS. Not really hitting for power. 1 home run, 13 RBIs. Carlos Correa, I don't know if this is kind of a decline for him. I know he has had those leg injuries, but obviously, he's back where he wanted to be with the Houston Astros, so he's having a pretty, above average season so far. Christian Vasquez, 351 with the 1050 OPS, granted, limited at-bats, only 37 at-bats. And Jose Altuve, he's hitting 267 with the 788 OPS. He had that crucial error yesterday for the double play ball. He threw that thing away. Who knows? I know Altuve is back in the infield. For some reason, last year they had him in the outfield. I don't know why you put a guy in his mid-30s learning a new position in the outfield, but he is back at second base this year. But overall, the Astros, who knows what kind of season they're gonna have. And last night they looked pretty bad, pretty bad. But we're definitely gonna see. I don't think they're suffering so much on the hitting side. It's more so the pitching. The pitching is pretty suspect. I mean, their only really good starting pitcher to this point is Hunter Brown. He has under a 1 ERA. They do have a few decent relievers in there as far as how they're performing. Kai Wing Tang, he has a 1.65 ERA, 7 hits, 16 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts. It's not bad. He's getting a lot of strikeouts out of the pen. And then Spencer Arrighetti, another starter with under a 3 ERA. He looks like he's doing a pretty good job so far. But as far as, when you go down the list, I think it really stands out. Brian Abreu, he's having a really bad season so far. I mean, he was in the game last night, I believe. He has almost a 13 ERA. 13 ERA. So when it comes to like their back line guys, he's not having a good season. But yeah, when you look at this back end of the bullpen, it's really missing Josh Hader. Josh Hader's been out, and you got Brian Abreu, who will be next in line, and he's not having a good season as well. Their ERA as a team, pitching-wise, is almost a 6. That is very, very high. When you look at some of these guys, granted, these are relievers. I mean, actually, no. Some of these are starters. Colton Gordon, Christian Javier, 9 innings pitched, 9 innings pitched. These guys have over a 10 ERA. There's a lot of guys in here with high 5s and high 6s ERAs. Mike Burrows, who's also a starting pitcher with a 6.7 ERA. So this team is really suffering on the pitching end. I mean, obviously they lost Framber Valdez, their ace, to the Tigers. So they really are suffering, whether that's in the bullpen and in the starting pitching wise. So you definitely see those results there. The old Astros, they would not have a 6 ERA. But the teams, they evolve, they devolve, and the Astros just seem to be one of those teams that are on the decline. Like I said, they've lost Kyle Tucker. They've lost Framber Valdez. They've lost Carlos Correa at one point. He did come back. But they have lost a lot of key pieces that they had in those championship years. And they're playing a lot of younger guys, and they are seeing some of those results from that. But the Yankees are opportunists, and right now I think this is the prime time to extend this winning streak, and the Yankees are playing better than ever. Granted, they're playing a lot better than they were playing a week or 2 weeks ago, and we hope to see them continue. Ben Rice hitting, Aaron Judge hitting, Stanton, he did just get hurt yesterday. We don't know what's going to happen, but the starting pitching has been elite. But let me know what you think down below. How do you feel about the Yankees in the middle of this nice long winning streak? How do you feel about the Astros? How do you think the Yankees are going to close out the series? And just overall, how do you feel about the Yankees this season? But thank you for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that stuff. And welcome to the Ville, Yankeeville.